All right, now here is my Eastern Redbud. So I grew this from seed, and I think this is about 2.5 years old. I think it's going into its third season right now. But yeah, this one I did a repot on last year, and it grew really well over the summer. One thing when I did the repot on this last year is I wasn't super happy with how I pruned the roots. They were still a little bit gnarly looking, and as you can see, they're popping out right here a little bit. So what I want to do today is I want to do a repot on this. So I'm going to repot it, and I'm going to see how the roots are and kind of clean them up a little bit. Who knows, maybe we'll have some better luck on this right now. If you look towards the top of the tree here, you can actually see that it's starting to come out of dormancy. We got some little baby leaves starting to pop out here. So I figured now would be a good time to do this. So let's get this thing out of the pot and take a look and see what we got going on. All right, let's get this thing out of the soil now. So yeah, these roots are looking a little gnarly here, so hopefully we can tidy this up a little bit. Maybe even change the angle of the tree slightly. Alrighty. Now I got this pot actually from Mosaic Home and Garden in the Lehigh Valley here, so really happy with it. Definitely gonna keep the pot, so just a straight repot here. Ooh, it's wrapping around a little bit here. All right. I think this was definitely due for a repot because look at all the swirling around we have down here with the roots. But overall, not too bad. Not super pot bound, but enough. All right, let's put that to the side. All right, let's start working away at these roots. All right, so we have a nice fibrous root system here right now. One downside to my pruning of last year was, if you look here, all of the roots start from either right here or right here, not at the base here, which is what I would want. But as I was doing this, I was like, well, this might be a good candidate for like a root over rock, which I'm kind of a fan of. So I might try that actually. I might prune this up and make this a root over rock. So first thing I want to do is I want to snip some of these long roots that I don't need. There we go. Now, if you see here, we do have some white tips on here. So these things were growing. So looking at this, there's a little root here that is underneath that I know I don't need. So let's prune that off. Now there's these little roots on top of this main root here that I want to use as a feature of the root over rock. So let's clip that back. There's this little one under here that I don't want. Let me get this back here a little bit. Let's cut this one. That's kind of funny angle. There's this one under here that grows straight underneath. And let's see if we can get this nub out from the bottom. Here we go. Oops, a little bit too much at the bottom. Oh well. All right, let's clean this root up here a little bit. I think it could sit kind of like that. I kind of like that actually. Happy accidents. I love a good happy accident. Then we'll bury it down a little bit more. So we'll cut everything down to about here where this was cut last time. So let's kind of trim these. All right, so let's trim this little island back a little bit. All right, that should be good for now. So we have these 4 individual main roots here, and they'll sit on top of this. So here is all that we took off of there. Decent amount. All right, so let's pot this up. All right, so we're gonna reuse this pot here, and I got a little drainage screen there. So let's put our big old rock in here. The good thing about a round pot is it doesn't really matter if there's a front or not. Just gonna get the roots a little wet quick. All right, let's pot this up. So one thing I want to do is I'm actually going to put some moss on here. I don't have a lot of moss at the moment, but I'm going to put some moss on here to kind of hold in some of the roots here. So let me do that now. All right, let's get some water on this. All right, there we go. All right, and that is it for this Eastern Redbud for today. So this one is kind of tall still, so I feel like I'm going to be doing some pruning in the next couple weeks. I might try air layering this one as well. I did an air layer on an Eastern Redbud a couple weeks ago, so I might try it on this eventually. But for today, I'm just going to stick with this repot, and yeah, we'll see how this thing grows in the coming future. So it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this little happy accident. Did not expect this to be a root of a rock today. So sometimes you just got to go with it. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.